The Russian Defense on Thursday announced that US-funded biological labs in Ukraine were conducting experiments with bat coronavirus samples. There is no smoke without fire. Some netizens commented that the Americans seem to have a special preference for making vampire-themed movies, and the prototype of the vampire comes from bat. The Americans' experiments with bat coronavirus have cultural origins. Discussions about U.S. biolabs in Ukraine are turning heated. Earlier, the Kremlin revealed evidence that the U.S. was involved in biological weapons research in Ukrainian labs. It also said that Ukraine had destroyed samples of various pathogens. On Tuesday, Victoria Nuland, Under-Secretary of State for Political Affairs of the U.S., told a congressional hearing that Ukraine has biological research facilities and that we are working with the Ukrainians on how they can prevent any of those research materials from falling into the hands of the Russian forces. Nonetheless, the U.S. backtracked soon. On Wednesday, White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki released 8 continuous tweets, which not only accused Russia of making false claims about U.S. biological weapons labs in Ukraine, but also blamed China of endorsing this propaganda. U.S. media outlet Bloomberg ran an article titled, "China Pushes Conspiracy Theory About U.S. Labs in Ukraine." The accusation against China came after Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman Zhao Lijian urged the U.S. to give a full account of its biological military activities at home and abroad and subject itself to multilateral verification. The seemingly contradictory statements from different U.S. officials only made the U.S. denial of its biolabs in Ukraine dubious. Li Haidong, a professor from the Institute of International Relations of China Foreign Affairs University, told that during the U.S. foreign policy making process, it is common that different departments hold different narratives, and such difference enables people to know the truth of the lie the U.S. is trying to hide. The more the U.S. contradicts itself, the more reasons the world has to question it. U.S. officials and media accused China of pushing conspiracy, but it is the U.S. that is the number one player of conspiracy. In 2020, the Trump administration and conservative U.S. media made the conspiracy theory of COVID-19 escaping from China's Wuhan Institute of Virology. The hype of the lab leak theory has been an integral part of the U.S. overall China containment strategy, with the revelation that U.S.-funded biological labs in Ukraine were conducting experiments with bat coronavirus samples. The U.S. owes the world an explanation. Regarding U.S. biolabs across the world, many questions remain to be answered. The international community has no idea whether the U.S. 336 overseas biolabs and the labs on its soil such as Fort Detrick conform to the Biological Weapons Convention, BWC, while what is conducted inside these biolabs involves human security. Why has the U.S. been standing alone in obstructing the establishment of a BWC verification mechanism and refusing verification of its biological facilities at home and abroad for the past 2 decades? Remember that the U.S. is the only country left that owns chemical weapons in the world, and its destruction of these weapons has been delayed twice. These have all led to a deeper concern from the international community. Labeling international concerns simply as disinformation can only be seen as a way for the U.S. to divert attention and shirk responsibility. The U.S. should clarify its bio-experiments within and outside its borders, receive verification and destroy its stockpiled chemical weapons as soon as possible.